A significant fundraising for CleanTech Lithium today. Here to tell us a bit more of the details, Steve Kesler, the executive chairman. Steve, tell us who came into this funding and what it's all about.
Yeah, we put the funding in place. We've been approached by a number of our institutional investors. Clearly, we had delayed the ASX listing from last year into this current pe period. And we wanted to raise the funds to have a better balance sheet going into the ASX and to complete our current work programs, which are to complete the work we're doing to make battery grade material for off-takers, to complete the PFS, to get us into the direct negotiations on sale. So we put in place this 2.4 fully placed raising. It was organized by Fox Davis Capital, and our existing shareholders, institutions like Athos, Regal, APAC, RAB, Miton, Orca, all came in. And the book was almost exclusively institutional existing shareholders. We also announced a broker option because there are a number of existing shareholders, smaller shareholders who perhaps felt they couldn't participate, and the broker option is there to allow those shareholders to participate under the same terms. And an RNS will be going out very shortly on how they can participate in the broker options.
So you mentioned some of the use of funds there. There's the seal, there's the PFS, and the upcoming ASX listing. Perhaps you could just talk a little bit about those, each of those in turn, so that investors know what's in store.
Yeah, so the ASX listing, we're busy with that in updating the prospectus, with the financials, with all of the new information that we put out in the market in RNSs in previous weeks. And the key thing is for the Australian investors to recognize why investing in CleanTech Lithium is good to do now. And the rationale is we are going to have good news coming out. We expect at the end of March to have the announcement from the government that we have been prioritized and clear to go through into direct negotiations on the terms of that operating contract. We are still scheduling the PFS to be complete, which will demonstrate the technical and economic viability of the project. We'll be engaged with off-takers and strategic investors, introducing our battery-grade materials to start the product qualification. And I think when the Australian investors compare CleanTech Lithium, what we're doing with our brine in Chile, they will see a good investment opportunity. When they compare our sort of market capitalization to the peer group in Australia, our broker recognized we may be valued only at 35% of our peer group in Australia. So getting onto the ASX, we would expect to have a re-rating back to our peer group. People in Australia will recognize, here's a low-cost brine project with FTA, with the United States can feed battery-grade material directly into the world markets, compared to the higher cost hard rock mining, sending concentrate to China with all the geopolitical issues that are emerging at the moment. So we think people will see this is the low point of the lithium market. There will need to be more projects coming into production to deliver the lithium which the world needs for its electrification process, and the price must go up. Today, half the world's production is operating at a loss. Now that certainly can't be sustained, and we think we're at the low, and we can see price consolidation very shortly.
Is it your view then that the Australian market will set the price for CleanTech Lithium once you've got a listing there?
Yes. No. I think that the institutions and the retail sector, when they come into the CleanTech Lithium stock, will find it attractive, and the price will always balance between the AIM and ASX, but we expect the demand to be stronger in Australia than in the UK. It's a natural resources country. They know lithium. There's 90 odd analysts watching the lithium space, and I think we'll get a lot of coverage and a lot of traction.
And do you think the DLE, the direct lithium extraction process that you're going to be deploying, gives you any kind of advantage over some of the other hard rock companies or other types of lithium producers? Because it does have a better green footprint.
Uh, yes, I think that geopolitics is an issue now. Australia and Africa make spodumene concentrate. It has to go to China. That process is inherently more carbon intensive and higher cost. Now we have low cost brine production with renewable energy, so a low carbon footprint, direct ability to ship to the US, Europe, elsewhere. And I think the DLE has got a big stamp of approval in recent years. We're seeing Eramet bringing the first Western large-scale DLE project into production in Argentina. You see Rio Tinto had acquired the Rincon DLE project and then bought Arcadium. One of the reasons, obviously, is to get the Livent DLE technology as well. So Rio Tinto have put their stamp of approval on DLE as the way forward for sustainable lithium production into the future.
And just before we close, perhaps we could have a quick bullet point summary of timings. You have mentioned the approaching milestones in separate parts of this conversation, but we've got the PFS, the SEAL, and the ASX listing. What's the sort of summary of timings on them?
Well, the big one, a very important one, is the government announcement on the sale process with Laguna Verde going into direct negotiation at the end of March. And once we're into that process, it means we will get a sale, and it's just the commercial terms of that. In our previous scoping study, we used the commercial terms that the government gave to Codelco for their sale, so we don't expect it to be too dissimilar from that. We're working with Worley leading our PFS that was scheduled for end of March. We announced a few weeks ago we produced the first really high grade lithium carbonate, 99.78%. We're now going to restart that to make larger quantities to start introducing to off takers. And I think with the sale, with the PFS in place, we're in a very good position to be substantively engaged with potential strategic partners for the next stage of financing to take us through to FID. And clearly, on that is putting all that news into the prospectus for the ASX listing. Let's say it will be happening. We originally said end of the first quarter. It might go over into the next month, but we're working on the prospectus now.
Well, it's good to see you guys moving forward, and we look forward to further updates on progress. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
That's a pleasure, Alistair.